I'm your pocket filler, the parlay killer, the Northside thriller. Start the broadcast. Subscribe with a smash. The Gorilla Sports Podcast.
Welcome into the Gorilla Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Alex Bulpin, and it's Tuesday, August the 6th. All right, guys, we had 8 plays going yesterday, and we had 6 winners. We had a sick night last night. I love that. We ended up having 7 batter parlays. We ended up getting 5 of them right. So 7 batter parlays, he means you got 14 batters. We had 12 of them correct. So we had a good look yesterday. I knew I liked that card yesterday. I want a chunk of change. That was a good night. All right, let's get into the recap from yesterday. We took, let's get into the batter parlays. So we had Tommy Pham and Jose Ramirez. They both came through for us. We had Jarren Duran and Xavier Edwards. They both came through for us. Corey Seager, Stephen Kwan, another winner. Rafael Devers, Marcus Semien, another winner. Max Kepler, Bobby Witt, boom, another winner. And then our 2 losers, we had Tyler Fitzgerald. He ended up leadoff home run. He ended up having a 2-hit night, so he did well. And then we paired it with Yordan Alvarez. Oh, I gotta stop betting on this guy, even if he has stellar history versus the pitcher. They intentionally walked him twice, so it's like he's just not getting the same amount of at-bats as other people. So it's just, I gotta stop betting on him. But it's like when it's so juicy and he's so good versus a guy, you just want to, but that's it. I can't bet on Yordan Alvarez anymore. If they're going to just keep intentionally walking him, that's maybe hits, runs, and RBIs would be a better move, because if he's on base all the time, they have some good hitters behind him, you can maybe get home that way. But if they're not letting him swing the bat, like how the hell is he supposed to, how's he supposed to get a hit? So unfortunately, that was a loser. And then our other loser, we had Josh Bell to get a hit. He came through for us. And then Wilson Contreras, he did not. And then we took the over in the Kansas City and Boston game, and that one sailed over. There was 14 runs in it, so no sweat on that one at all. So we absolutely crushed the books yesterday. Love it. Let's get into the plays today. I got one MLB play I like. We are going to take Baltimore, and we're going to take them in the first 5 innings minus half a run. So you have to do it. A money line will be about a minus 150, but if you take the minus half a run, which means they have to be leading after 5 runs, you get that at a minus 104, minus 110, depending on where you look. So I like that look a lot. Now, Chris Bassett has not done well against Baltimore. Now, he's got an 8-10 record. He's got a 4.02 ERA and a 1.45 whip. So not the best numbers. He went versus Baltimore. It was his last start versus Baltimore. And he lasted 4 innings, and he gave up 9 hits and 5 runs. Baltimore ended up winning that 6-1. The final score was much higher than that, but the first 5 innings was 6-1. So they absolutely crushed him in the first 5 there. Chris Bassett's last 3 starts, he's lost the first 5 innings. He lost 6-1 to Baltimore, 3-0 to Detroit, and 3-0 to Tampa Bay. So he doesn't do well right off the bat, and Baltimore hits against him really well, as we're going to be using some of their batters in our hitter parlays later. They all have really good history. Gunnar Henderson, Colton Cowser, Ryan O'Hearn, all of these guys crush him, so we like that a lot. Now it's Grayson Rodriguez going for Baltimore. This guy's an absolute stud. He's got 13 wins. He's 13-4 on the year. He's got a 3.81 ERA, a 1.24 whip. He's pitched versus Toronto twice this year. He won both of those games, 7-2 and 10-4. So with Baltimore's history versus Chris Bassett, and Chris Bassett, yeah, he's lost his last 3 games. He hasn't looked that great. And he's a righty, and he doesn't really have a lot of movement on his stuff, which Baltimore absolutely crushes righties. So that's our one play. We're going to take Baltimore in the first 5 innings, and we're going to take a minus half a run. All right, let's get into some batter parlays that I like today. We're going to take Rafael Devers to get 1 hit. This guy's on a 12-game hitting streak, came through for us yesterday. And he's 2 for 3 versus Lugo in Kansas City today. So we like that combination. And then we're going to take Vladdy Guerrero. Like, how do you not take this guy? He's on a 17-game hitting streak, and he's batting .357 versus Grayson Rodriguez. So he does have a good history against him. So you pair those 2 guys together, you get a minus 119. I like that look. Our next play is we're going to take Ketel Marte of the Arizona Diamondbacks. This guy's he's batting really well right now. He's got a hit in 19 of his last 25 games, and he's 3 for 5 with 2 homers versus his pitcher today. versus Ben Lively. So I like that a lot. That's a good look. And we're going to pair it with Xavier Edwards. This kid, I started betting on him about a week ago, and this kid is good. Now he's betting 435 versus left-handed pitching. He's got a hit in 21 of his last 25 games. But he's only played 27 games. So, I mean, he's got a hit in almost every game he's played this year. So I like that a lot. Ketel Marte, Xavier Edwards. Marte's on the D-backs. Xavier Edwards is on the Miami Marlins. And you pair those two guys together, you get a minus 112. So I like that price too. Our next play is we're going to take Marcus Semien of the Texas Rangers. You know, he came through first. Of course, he got a single against Hunter Brown. That is insane how many singles he's got against Hunter Brown. So that was an easy one. Now he's batting 11 for 35. He's batting 317 with 2 homers and a double versus his pitcher today. So I like that combo. And we're going to pair it with our old boy Yandy Diaz. Now he took off some personal time, but he's back and he's hitting still. He's hitting really good. He's going versus Sonny Gray today, and he's 3 for 3 versus Sonny Gray. So I like that look together. And then our last play is we are going to take Gunnar Henderson of the Baltimore Orioles. And I'm going to try and find another way to attack with Gunnar because I like him today. Now he's batting 571 versus Bassett with 2 homers. He got 2 home runs versus Chris Bassett. So that's a good look. I'll probably end up trying to take maybe over his 1.5 bases. I'll probably like that as a full play as well. He's got a hit in 20 of his last 25 games, and he's got 2 hits in 4 of his last 5 games. And we're going to pair that with Nico Horner. Now, we took Nico Horner a couple of times this week, and he's come through for us every time. He's on an 8-game hitting streak, and he's 3 for 3 versus Lopez today. So that's a good look as well. So we've got the 4 batter parlays, and we've got 1 first 5 with Baltimore today. And we're on a nice little run here. We're on a 9-2 run. I'll take that for sure. 6-8 yesterday and 3-0 the day before.